Don't get me wrong, I look at lawyers just like doctors, when I need one, but really, I don't wanna ever see one. But practicing is still practicing. So I just.
similar to the law.
Well, I'm trying to get as much information on both sides, you know, and see where this ends up, if you end up in court, where you arrive. And I'd like to arrive there first, and no offense, but I don't need anybody to help to pay their law school. I mean, don't be offended. But that's just how I feel about it, you know. I think if you have good information and some sincerity going into the thing, you probably have a good outcome. So I don't know what we're gonna do here today. I know you were talking about abandoning or taking the gate out, which, you know, you have every right to rule on that. You've been backed up at this point by the state Supreme Court. Whether or not they have jurisdiction, that's an arguable point. You know, they have to be argued. You can argue it today. You're not gonna get a decision until you go to a federal court. But it does, just from a citizenry standpoint, I'm wondering if you guys have thought about how you're gonna curb the trespass and figure out where people can and cannot go if you do take the gate out. And if there's any recommendation to hold that up until we can do further legal search on these, where we'd end up down the road with the county attorney having to catch up on it more. I don't know what your plans are. I'm not sure you know what they are either.
We're just taking it as it comes, Tony. I mean, this new information was alive. If it's federal jurisdiction, then why not kick it to a federal court? If you're confident in your case, and I mean, I would support if somehow the landowners wanted to kick it to federal court, they think they've got a case. I would support holding off any decisions on the gate and allow it to go to federal court, let them decide. That's what we did before with we made a determination to remove within 30 days. We allowed it to go to the Supreme Court, allowed it to go through the appeal period to the US Supreme Court before we acted. I mean, for me, I guess I'm not in a hurry if there's other legal avenues.
You're not anybody already take a gate out and cause chaos on either side.
So, kind of building on what he said and what Rory has said and what we've heard here today, can you hear me? My voice is not shot. I think it's important to make a couple of things clear. This process has taken a long time. There's been a lot written about it. There's been a lot said about it, and as Jeff said earlier, there have been a lot of accusations that have flown. And frankly, you know, when you sit in one of these chairs, you're subject to that, and you better get used to it. Same thing could be said about Representative Manzella sitting there, and every single one of our elected officials. But to suggest, and the suggestion has been made, that the Board of County Commissioners have intentionally been exceeding their authority, or that this room, this body, you see all these chairs here and those doors are open and nothing on this third floor is done in secret. Everything is public information. Every meeting is recorded unless it has to do with a personnel issue. And then they can waive that right, okay? So I'm just trying to make the point that we didn't try to take anything. You asked for the road to be abandoned. And in a way, that was saying, yeah, there's a road up here and we'd like to have it abandoned. I don't think, I can only speak for myself. I didn't walk into the room the morning that decision was made expecting to vote the way I did.
No,
I based, and I'm not arguing, this is a general statement to everybody in the room and everybody that's tuned in and everything that's gonna be said later and written about this. So I'm not directing this at you, Tony. This is in general. We denied that request based on our understanding of the law, not just that, but all of the facts at hand. That's how I made my decision to vote the way I did. Obviously, based on the legal advice we got, and frankly, nobody can throw a rock at me or this board for that, because you folks took legal advice from your attorney as well, and you've said as much this morning here, Jay.
Yeah.
we denied the request and we noticed that the illegal obstruction was to be removed. Then, even in that very same meeting, we stretched that out through the winter. Then came the appeals and we said, okay, we're not gonna go up with the road shop, the sheriff, and a cast of thousands to yank this gate out. We're willing to wait and hear. We couldn't go out and tell Jay or anybody else involved in this thing, we're not in a position to give them legal advice, because if we're wrong, then every one of you as taxpayers, those of you that live here and pay taxes here, would have been at risk. And part of our job is to mitigate the risk to all of our taxpayers and citizens. I think all of you would agree that's what you want us to do. You're angry when we get you sued. So we follow the law as we understand it. And the other thing I wanna say, if there was some grand plot, and I wanna make this really clear, because a lot has been written and a lot has been said, and not all of it by folks who live here in Ravalli County or even in the state of Montana. If there was some grand plot to take or make a taking from these folks to somehow supersede their rights to private property and their constitutional rights under the state of Montana and the United States of America, seems to me that we'd have gone up forthwith and pulled that gate and enforced it the hard way. And we didn't do that. We haven't done it. And nobody's talking about it even right here today. As our civil counsel said, there's a means by which we could make a decision. This meeting isn't it. This meeting was to present new information that we hadn't seen, and we've done that. I just wanted to say one more thing. I believe that this board, before when it was 5, and now that it's 3, has given the surrounding landowners every benefit of the doubt and every opportunity to state their case and to come up with new information. And I'm just gonna say, for me personally, I chafe at the idea that we hid public information, or that we intentionally tried to cover up information, or made up a story about poison bats in the attic. We all had to live with that every single day and come up with a solution how to deal with that. As far as where those records were from 1902, hell, we got records in this county that date back to 1972 that may or may not be, we might have the ability to locate or not locate. A lot happens, and a lot of people sit these chairs and man these posts within this county. So I'm not saying this in defense. What I want to remind people here today is that we're your neighbors. We're not some unreachable wall of government or bureaucracy that exists here to make your life miserable. We're just like you. We pay taxes here, we live here. We esteem the Constitution of the United States and the state of Montana. We're not here to take your land away from you. And anybody that comes in from outside to say so, as far as I'm concerned, is full of it. That's not the case. And I think what needs to happen now is that you guys need to decide how you want to approach putting this new information into either action or into a petition or into some means that allows this body to make a decision. And I'm sorry I went on so long, but I felt like it needed to be said.
Thank you.
I have something to add.
I'd like to clear something up, just if I could. You gotta keep in mind that we petitioned to abandon 4/10 of a mile. I think we all went in here going, okay, it's either gonna be a yes or no decision, but it turned into this full-blown decision about how long the road was. That's not what we asked you to do. That's what got this whole thing tipped upside down. Had you just said, no, we're not gonna abandon it, then we would have approached it in a different way. But that's what tipped everything upside down, making a decision on how long the road was without sufficient public information to make the proper decision. Everybody has to admit, after seeing what we've seen today, I think you guys as well as certainly me, because I'm biased and opinionated in the matter,
I do too.
we've made a mistake here. We've made a mistake. We've all made a mistake here. Just wanted to clear that up.